Thomas Dimitroff recently joined Sean and RJ to discuss a variety of hot topics in the world of football, including quarterback evaluations, the value of running backs, and the Dallas Cowboys' outlook for the 2025 NFL Draft. As a former NFL general manager, Dimitroff brings a wealth of experience and insight into how teams approach these crucial decisions. The conversation begins with quarterback evaluations. Dimitroff explains that when teams are looking to draft a quarterback, there's more to the process than just focusing on physical stats. While metrics like arm strength and mobility are important, Dimitroff stresses that a quarterback's mental toughness and ability to read defenses are just as crucial. The ability to perform under pressure, make quick decisions, and lead a team are qualities that teams must seriously consider before making a pick. As the NFL evolves, Dimitroff also highlights the increasing importance of dual-threat quarterbacks, those who can not only throw the ball but also make plays with their legs. With quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson proving the effectiveness of this skill set, teams are now more inclined to draft quarterbacks who can be dynamic both in the pocket and on the move. However, it's not just about finding the right player, it's about finding the right system. Dimitroff explains how teams need to match quarterbacks with offensive schemes that complement their abilities. A quarterback who thrives in a pass-heavy, vertical offense might struggle in a more conservative, run-first system, and vice versa. The system fit plays a huge role in a quarterback's potential to succeed in the NFL, and this is something that Dimitroff believes many teams overlook when making their selections. Moving on to running backs, Dimitroff discusses how the value of the position has shifted over recent years. In the past, running backs were often the focal point of an offense, but now, with the league's growing emphasis on passing, running backs are less central to a team's success. Dimitroff acknowledges that while running backs still hold importance providing balance and taking some pressure off the quarterback, teams have become more cautious when drafting or paying running backs. The position has seen a decline in its draft stock, with fewer running backs being selected in the first round. Dimitroff points out that the physical toll running backs face throughout their careers, coupled with shorter lifespans in the league, has contributed to the position's decreasing value. Teams are now more focused on passing threats, which have become the backbone of most successful offenses. However, Dimitroff does note that there are still elite running backs in the league who can change the game. Players like Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey, and Alvin Kamara are examples of backs who can make a significant impact when healthy. Despite the overall devaluation of the position, these top-tier talents still command attention, and teams are wise to consider the potential of a game-changing back when they come across one in the draft. When discussing the Dallas Cowboys' 2025 draft outlook, Dimitroff provides valuable insight into how the team might approach the upcoming draft. The Cowboys are in a strong position with a talented roster, but like every team, they have areas to improve. Dimitroff highlights the Cowboys' need to focus on strengthening their defense, particularly the defensive line and secondary. With the NFC East becoming more competitive, it's crucial for Dallas to build a defense that can match up against the likes of the Philadelphia Eagles and Washington Commanders. Dimitroff suggests that a playmaking defensive player would be a smart pick for the Cowboys in the first round, as they continue to solidify their defense for the future. Another position Dimitroff identifies as a potential need is linebacker. With some uncertainty in the middle of the defense and aging veterans, adding a young, dynamic linebacker could help solidify the unit. Dimitroff emphasizes that linebackers who can contribute both in coverage and against the run would provide great value to the Cowboys' defense. On the offensive side of the ball, while the Cowboys have a top-tier quarterback in Dak Prescott and standout receiver CeeDee Lamb, Dimitroff mentions that adding another dynamic playmaker at wide receiver could further strengthen their offense. A talented receiver to complement Lamb would give Prescott another weapon and make their passing game even more potent. Dimitroff also suggests that while the value of running backs has diminished, the Cowboys could still consider adding a versatile back who can contribute in both the running game and as a receiver out of the backfield. Dimitroff also notes that the Cowboys, like most teams, will likely go with the best player available when making their draft picks. However, he points out that the team should still be strategic in addressing their specific needs. The Cowboys are in a position to draft well, and Dimitroff believes their focus should be on finding players who can make an immediate impact and help the team contend for a Super Bowl. As the 2025 NFL Draft approaches, the decisions made by teams like the Cowboys will be pivotal to their future success. The draft is always a time for speculation, excitement, and of course, big decisions. Dimitroff's insights into quarterback evaluations, running back value, and the Cowboys' draft strategy provide a fascinating look into the thought processes behind these crucial decisions. It's clear that the NFL landscape is changing, and teams must adapt in order to stay competitive. The Cowboys, in particular, have a chance to add talent that could take them to the next level and finally get them back into Super Bowl contention. As the draft draws nearer, all eyes will be on teams like the Cowboys to see how they approach their picks. Will they prioritize defense? Will they add another weapon for Dak Prescott? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain, the 2025 draft is going to be one of the most exciting in recent memory. Keep an eye on the Cowboys and the rest of the league as we head into this year's draft, and don't forget to stay tuned for more updates and analysis as the draft unfolds.